Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at celebrities thirsting over Ben Affleck. We'll also be sharing some interesting facts about his career. Let's get this started.
He
he
looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a little bit like, whoa, who are you? It feels like I'm having an affair. But I don't mind, I'm not complaining.
When he was a child, Ben really wanted a dog. His mom made a deal with him saying all he needed to do was walk an imaginary dog for 1 week. Ben lasted only 5 days, so he missed out.
She said, "You're not responsible enough to have a dog." I was 10. I was like, "I am responsible enough." She said, "You're right. I want you to show me that you can do this. You have to walk the dog every day, twice a day." And I said, "Well, okay, let's get the dog." And she goes, "No. First, you have to walk an imaginary dog."
In high school, Ben Affleck was a self-confessed nerd who loved theater. Ben's mom had always bonded with him and his brother Casey through an interest in the arts. She just didn't see acting as a serious career. Ben's father was a janitor at an Ivy League school, and this inspired Ben for his role in the movie Good Will Hunting.
He is weirdly charming in this movie, I will say that. Yeah, there were times when I was on set and I was like, this is why you're a huge movie star. I got it.
I said 400 words, you said 2.
Yep, and I find you more compelling. Great.
Ben Affleck was 25 when he won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for the movie Good Will Hunting. That made him the youngest person ever to win for that category, followed by his co-writer Matt Damon. Ben and Matt ended up selling the script they wrote for Good Will Hunting for $600,000. Matt mentioned on the Oprah show that they both needed money for rent.
The way you did that was to do it inexpensively, and so we deliberately wrote a movie that was mostly people talking in rooms, and we wrote a part for, what we knew would be the person that would get the movie financed, because we knew that wasn't us.
Ben is amazing at doing impressions of his co-stars. He even did an impression of the legendary Morgan Freeman in front of him. Morgan's response, "If you ever do that again, I'll kill you." It sounded a lot better said in Morgan's voice.
He is so charismatic and you completely fall in love with him. It's like frustrating to me that like he has like one line in a whole scene and I'm like stealing the whole scene from right out from under me. It's confusing.
Did you know Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are close friends? Did you also know they're related? Ben is Matt's 10th cousin once removed. They've been friends since childhood. The two even shared a bank account when they were both starting out in Hollywood.
A guy came at me and I was like, oh man. And I was like, this is gonna be bad. And it was right then that little 5'2" Ben Affleck tackled this dude off of me, like out of nowhere. He will put himself in a really bad spot for me, like this is a good friend.
And he will be Batman.
Ben is fluent in Spanish. He traveled around Mexico when he was 13 with his mom and his brother while starring in a children's show called The Second Voyage of the Mimi. Ben's childhood hero was the Marvel character Daredevil. He even got to play the role in 2003. Imagine how he must have felt. What would your dream role be? Tell us below.
For David, and I thought, cool, I'll get to meet one of my favorite directors. And then there's this like really tall, handsome guy, and I'm like, oh my God, that's Ben Affleck. Like,
Argo is Ben's most successful film to date. He directed it, starred in it, and also one of the movie's producers. Ben was even granted access to the CIA headquarters for filming by the real-life Tony Mendez, the character Ben played in the movie.
We didn't know about Tony before, and so I wanted to tell his story, and part of his story is about the sacrifice that people make in the foreign service, the sacrifice you make in the clandestine service, whatever country you're from. It's hard going overseas, and oftentimes, as we've seen both in Benghazi and in Tehran with the Canadians.
Ben once turned down a part in a movie because he thought the script was too violent. That movie was Four Brothers, and Mark Wahlberg ended up playing the character instead.
With Ben Affleck, what was that like?
the whole experience was a little surreal. Like, I have to be honest. Obviously, Ben Affleck is like one of those, you know his face.
Right.
I grew up with his face. Not sure if he would love that, but I did.
Ben is the oldest actor to have played the character of Batman. Fans were surprised because Ben was 40 years old and DC typically casts younger actors for the role. Ben's performance ended up getting positive reviews and he played Batman again in a bonus scene in Suicide Squad.
Zach told me he wanted to basically do the tone of the Dark Knight, Frank Miller series, where he's older and he's kind of broken down and more vulnerable, and I thought that was a really interesting approach to Batman.
Ben has a lifetime ban from playing blackjack at the Hard Rock Casino in Las Vegas. His consecutive wins in 2014 led to him being accused of counting cards. Prior to that, Ben won the 2004 California State Poker Championship and took home $356,000.
Wow.
Does he look just as ripped underneath the costume?
You know, he has put on 30 pounds of muscle and he's 8% body fat.
Wow.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Is that even humanly possible?
I know.
He's also taken part in Molly Bloom's famous poker games alongside celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio and Home Alone's Macaulay Culkin. Ben loves the Boston Celtics so much that he had their logo painted on the basketball court at his old house. Ben has also played the role of a basketball coach in the movie The Way Back. What's your favorite sport?
Well, I first met Ben at the screen test, and he was great. I was so shocked at how tall and enormous he was. You sort of assume everybody's tiny, but he was lovely, and he really supported me and Josh as well through the movie.
Have you seen Ben in any commercials? Well, he was paid $1.5 million for advertising L'Oreal shampoo. The ad was shown only in the UK, while some say it was because of Ben's contract, others say it was too embarrassing to screen in the US.
The best part of my day is for about 10 seconds from when I pull up to the curb when I get to your door. Because I think maybe I'll get up there and I'll knock on the door and you won't be there.
Although Ben has won a lot of awards for his screen performances, he's been nominated for Razzie Awards as well. All 3 nominations were for Worst Screen Couple. 2 of them with Jennifer Lopez while they were dating at the time.
He's very professional. I am not, but he is. And in that environment, you know, it was a courtship, and it was like there was a montage in the script. Like we did it everywhere, in the car, in the bar, in the. So I was just like, that's an entire day of just love scenes.
Ben and Jennifer have recently rekindled their romance after calling off their engagement in 2004. Do you think they make a good couple? Let us know.
Called Raya.
Raya, okay.
And you gotta be a celebrity. You don't need to be a celebrity. Like there's a couple celebrities here and there. I'm on it just like to find Ben Affleck. I'm just swiping for Benny Boy. I like a guy who's going through something, you know?
And that wraps up our video. What do you think of Ben Affleck? Let us know. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more binge-worthy videos like this.
Well, they worked when I talked to Henry.
Now they're
sorry.
questionable, yeah. So you need aqua socks and Borg socks too.
Yeah. Sorry.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Wow.
Comes in threes.
Woo! I'm allergic to Superman socks.